Hey, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, remember to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Make sure you guys share this video. Welcome to all my new subscribers. All right. In the words of Thanos, dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same, right? So here we are. We're here to talk about this October 2nd solar eclipse, guys. All right. And I'm gonna be quite frank with you, ain't nothing good about it. All right. I mean, you might can find some good stuff in it, but I mean, it's not gonna be all doom and gloom. But I will say, it is what it is, guys. All right. The good news is that we are gonna get through it, though. Okay, we are gonna get through it. Nothing's gonna happen on that day per se, but as you guys know, the energy of the eclipse, it lasts up to a year to a year and a half or 2 years. Okay, so we got up to 2 years to feel the effects of this eclipse. Okay, just a FYI. Okay, if you guys have not seen my last video on the April 8th eclipse, go ahead and watch that. Please make sure you watch that. I'll probably put it in the description below, because that's important, because there are differences in the eclipses. All right. The one that happened in April 8th, it was a North Node eclipse. Okay. Those are mostly good eclipses. All right. Good things happen normally with those eclipses. All right. Especially in your personal charts. Okay. Now, eclipses, they will affect you. Okay. Now this particular eclipse is going to affect everybody. Okay. Globally. That's why I told you guys in the April 8th video, that video about the April 8th eclipse. That's why I told you guys this is the one. Okay. It wasn't the April 8th eclipse. It's this one. Okay. This is the one that's going to affect you. Okay. So, and I'm going to show you why. Okay. So we're going to go through the chart. And as you guys see, I have the chart up. And I got it at Washington, D.C., of course, because that's the capital of the United States, right? And it's not that the eclipse is going to be falling through there or anything like that, but we want to make sure we put the country's capital, all right, per se, so we can, get an eye on what we're going to be dealing with in the country, all right? But it's going to occur October 2nd, 2024, which is tomorrow at 2:49 p.m. That's Eastern Daylight Time, all right? So there are differences. Like I said, normally good things happen during a North Node eclipse. And if you go back through history, and you can do this yourself, guys, okay, if you kind of into this art and this craft and this science, do your research, okay? You can do your research just like I've done over the past 20 years, okay? I've done a lot of research, and that's how I know a lot of the bad stuff in history has happened during a South Node eclipse, guys. Okay, and this one is no different. And like I said, we got up to 2 years to feel this eclipse, just like the eclipse of 2 years ago. Okay, we're feeling the effects of that right now. Okay, so let's get into it, because I don't want to make this video so long, because it's already going to be long because it's so much to unpack, guys. All right, so we're going to talk about it in two parameters. We're going to talk about first the world, okay? The world in general, because everybody's going to be affected by this globally, all right? Everybody in the world is. No matter where you are, this eclipse is going to affect you, all right? So I'm going to talk about how it's going to affect you in a worldly, mundane type situation, okay? All right. And then we're going to talk about relationships, because this is a relationship channel, guys. All right. So this is a relationship channel. So we're gonna talk about how it's gonna affect relationships, and actually it is what it is. Okay. This eclipse, it is what it is. Okay. The good news is we're gonna get through it, but it is what it is. All right. It's not all doom and gloom, but like I said, it is what it is. So just get through it, guys. All right. So let's start it off. Just make sure you guys follow along with the cursor, okay? You see me circling right here. All right. Well, let's just take a look at it. All right. Here's the eclipse right here. And of course, the eclipse is the eclipse with the north or south node. The nodes of the moon are involved in the eclipse. That's any eclipse, guys. All right. Now, we got the eclipse. It's occurring at 10 degrees of Libra. Okay. The sun is in its fall in Libra, guys. So just keep that in mind. So this eclipse is already, it's just right off the bat, it's already starting out bad, right? The sun is in its fall in Libra. We all know that. Libra rules what? The scales of balance, right? The world in general right now is at an imbalance. We all know that, don't we? Okay. We got wars going on. We got all kind of stuff going on around the world. Okay. Just if you get a dart and just throw it on a map and just pick a spot, it's gonna be some imbalance going on, right? Okay. It ain't gonna get no better. We see that, don't we? Look at that. All right. So we know the scales of balance are up for grabs, and it's a big subject matter right now, right? All right, balance. That's the key right now. Trying to get balance, trying to be balanced, trying to operate at an imbalance. So that's what the world is doing right now, right? We're trying to maintain our balance. This country's trying to maintain balance, which we go get to that. All right, so you see the South Node. The South Node is at 6 degrees of Libra. Okay, guys, so we got a stellium of stuff. Okay, we got a stellium of stuff in Libra right now. All right, and as you guys know, a stellium is a group of planets or asteroids or just a combination of it, just bunched together. Okay, it's all creating conjunctions. It's all creating energy. Okay, all right. So of course we got the moon, we got the sun, we got Lilith right here at 10 degrees of Libra as well. And as you guys know, we know about Lilith, right? You should by now know about the asteroid Lilith. If not, look it up, do your research. You can get the definition from me. Now, Lilith in general has the power to create or the power to destroy. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Write that down. You see it in the chart. You know what it is, all right? So we know this is a part of this eclipse, all right? I mean, it's right next to the eclipse. It's absolute, right? Because it's at 10 degrees as well as the sun and the moon. So Lilith is a big part of this eclipse. So in general, we're going to see who has the power to create balance and who has the power to what? Destroy balance or have an imbalance or create an imbalance or create balance, okay? So as you guys know about Libra, you got two ends of the balance beam. You got people that can go to the extreme. You got people that'll go not so extreme, okay? Not extreme, then you got the extreme on the other side, okay? So we're going to see a lot of extremism. We're going to see a lot of people that's not so extreme, okay? A lot of up and down. All right, we got Mercury right here. It's in Libra. At least it's not retrograde. All right. All right, it's at 11 degrees of Libra. Okay. Of course, that deals with transportation. We're gonna have some transportation problems, aren't we? I ain't even gotten to that yet. We getting to that too. All right, and now we got Juno right here. It's at 18 degrees of Libra. All right. Juno deals with what? Marriages, relationship, partnerships. Oh boy. Just wait till we get to the relationship part, guys. Okay. We got Venus right here in Scorpio. It's in its detriment. Okay. We know that. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room with this eclipse. Look at Mars, guys. Look at Mars. This is why I say, you know what, I tell you, the energy for this eclipse is just gonna be so detrimental. It's just all bad. I swear. You got Mars, guys. It's at 15 degrees of Cancer. Okay. Mars is in its fall in Cancer, guys. Now let me explain to you guys what that means. All right. Because I don't even think I think I have explained what it meant in a couple of the videos. But if you're new here, you're new to astrology and stuff like that, the planets, they have different powers, guys. Okay. So when a planet is exalted in a sign, is at its most highest level. It's powerful, guys. It's also powerful in its rulership. Okay. Now we know when something is detrimental to you, right? So planets, they're weak when it's in their detriment. Okay. When a planet is in its fall, it's weak as hell. Okay, it's weak as shit. Okay, it's weak. Okay. Now Mars in general, it rules your energy. It rules so many things, guys. But most of all, the elephant in the room is it rules violence. Guys, we're gonna see an enormous amount of violence in the next year, year and a half or two. Okay, just based on this eclipse alone. Okay, um, Cancer contains. Okay, it does. It contains. That's why it deals with a lot of fertility things. Um, it deals with a lot of nurturing and stuff like that. But when it's in Mars, guys, it is very unstable, okay? Because when you got a lot of energy bound up, right? It's just balled up. It's contained in a container, right? Pressure can bust a pipe, right? So when you see Mars and Cancer like this, and it's a lot of people that's born with this particular um, astrological aspect, okay, astrological design, and they always have anger issues in some way, fashion, or form. When you got that containment, all that energy balled up, because that's what it does. It contains and it just takes it all in. It takes it all in and contains it. And then it erupts, guys. So you got Mars at 15 degrees of Cancer. And by the way, I do talk about decadence and dwarves, okay? And that's the zodiac inside of a zodiac. Now, the decadent for Mars in 15 degrees of Cancer, it's in a Mars Pluto decadent. Okay, so again, you got Pluto, which is a lot of destruction. Okay, it's balled up inside that. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, guys. So you got some plutonium type energy just reinforcing that Mars. Okay, Mars rules what? Violence, guns, arguments. It rules in a number of things. Okay, so you got all that balled up into one energy. That's what makes it so weak. That's what creates a situation where Mars is in its fall, guys. It's unstable. You got a lot of emotional instability. Okay, that's what you have with Mars and Cancer. Okay, so when you see this, you know that person, subject matter, that particular situation is emotionally unstable. It's emotionally violent. Okay, so that's what you have here. Okay, so just look at it. Now you got Mars at 15 degrees of Cancer. It's actually squaring the eclipse. Okay, now we're gonna have a lot of people come in the comment section. Well, it's out of orb. It's out of reach. Look, guys, let me explain something to you. As you're gonna see in the next year and a half, or year or two, you're gonna see an enormous amount of violence. Okay, whether you think this aspect is out of orb or not, it still has some effect. Okay, it still has some bearing and some energy to it. Okay, it's a separating aspect. Yes, guys, we see that. Okay, but actually, let me just back up. Let me back up. It's not a separating aspect. It's actually an approaching aspect. Actually, oh my God, it's actually an approaching aspect. And the reason it's approaching, guys, is because this eclipse is moving so fast. All right. The aspect I was talking about was this damn Juno. And I ain't even got to that yet. That's the one that's separating. However, that's the reason there's so much energy behind this. And I'm so and I'm so passionate about this aspect that we're seeing right here. That's why I'm telling you guys there's gonna be so much violence. Is because this is an approaching aspect, okay? It's an approaching aspect. It's coming up to that Mars, guys, okay? And it's coming up fast. So as you know, the more you approach, the more a planet approaches another planet, the more energy it has, okay? So yes, you're gonna see a lot of violence, guys, a lot of instability. That instability comes from that square that you see with Libra, okay? That is a huge square. All right. I'm just looking at Mars like this. That's why I was like, yeah, it's separating, but we all know it's approaching, guys. But I'm just looking at this Mars. I'm just looking how detrimental it is. It's just crazy, guys. So yes, it's gonna be a lot of violence, guys. Okay. And look, a lot of you guys are going to say, well, it's going to be due to the election. Yeah, that's a possibility because due to the fact it's in Cancer, that rules the homeland. Cancer rules the homeland, guys. Okay, so yes, we're going to have some violence on the homeland. There's no way around it. Okay, I'm not trying to scare you guys, but it's just no way around it. All right. And you know what? I remember CERN's, they was talking about that collider and all that shit. Now I'll be honest with you guys. If CERN's, if they fire up that damn collider tomorrow, they might open a portal. I'm not gonna lie, because this South Node eclipse, I'm telling you, this South Node eclipse, the bottom drops out, okay? So, and they could open up a portal. I'm gonna be honest with you. But I went on their site. It don't look like they're gonna do that shit. All right. So it doesn't look like CERN is gonna be work with that collider, which is good. Hell, it could damn blow up, be honest with you. I mean, with this square, I mean, that's a lot of violence right there. That's a violent reaction. All right. So, also the economy. If you look across, what's in opposition to Mars, guys? The part of fortune. Okay. Of course, that rules luck, right? It's at 16 degrees of Capricorn. All right. So, as you guys know, the economy in general is ruled by Capricorn and all that good stuff, right? So we got that going on. We see whatever's about to happen is going to create what? A situation where it's opposing the economy. And when you got an opposition with something that is opposing it, of course it's gonna stop, right? It's gonna stop. Also, as you guys can see, the part of fortune, it's also squaring what? The eclipse. Okay. So we're not going to have any luck with the economy getting any better in the next year and a half to 2 years, guys. Okay. It's going to take a while to get this eclipse, to get this economy going like it should go. All right. It's going to get worse and worse, guys. Okay. I'm being honest with you. I'm sorry. It's not a lot of good news. And if you notice, guys, you know the reason I say it's not a lot of good news. This eclipse is not making any type of trine. Trines are good energy. It's a nice flow of energy, right? It's not making any type of trine to any planet. That's how I know it's gonna be bad. All right, that's how I know it's gonna be bad, because it's not making any type of trine. I mean, damn, might have a sextile or two, a city sextile, but overall, guys. This is a bad eclipse. I'm just being honest with you. All right, just on the worldly level. Okay, let's talk about Jupiter right here. Look at Jupiter. Jupiter's at 21 degrees of Gemini, guys. Okay, here we go again. Well, as you guys know, we got Jupiter. It's in Gemini. Jupiter's in his detriment in Gemini. Okay. So we all know that, right? It's in his detriment. So that's not good. We all know that's not good, right? Because it's detrimental to be in there. All right. So what we have there, we have it squaring what? It's squaring what? Neptune right here. Okay. Of course, Neptune is retrograde right here. It's going back. Okay. It's going to meet Jupiter. Okay. So we got that square going on. And guys, what that deals with the confusion about freedom, religion, and those type of deals, okay? Is religion still viable? You're going to get a lot of that going on in the next year or so, okay? They're going to look at religion as a past, outdated thing, unfortunately, okay? They're going to be looking at religion just like that. A lot of churches are thinning out, as you guys know. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but they're going to ask themselves, people are going to start asking themselves, is religion still viable? Is it still a viable option? Hell, you already got AI trying to rewrite the Bible, all that shit going on. So you got a lot of that going on. A lot of artificial intelligence, a lot of technology going on. That's a lot, guys. So it deals with freedom, of course. And speaking of freedom, guys, you see, let's go back to Mars again. Mars rules guns, right? Here we go again with this stuff. Okay, so we're gonna see a lot of attempts with gun control. Okay, and also if you look at this asteroid right here, Ceres, that deals with children and nurturing. Okay, I would not be surprised if we see another school shooting, guys. All right, when Mars either squares or is in opposition to this asteroid, normally what I normally see a school shooting, just like last time, guys, that the school shooting in Georgia. I mean, of course, it made a crazy ass aspect to Ceres. Mars made an aspect to Ceres, okay? A detrimental aspect. I think it was opposition. So what I'm saying is, yes, we're gonna see that. We're gonna see, and that's a part of that violence, okay? But the violence is all due to imbalance, to an imbalance that's going on in the world, okay? Imbalance in the homeland that we're gonna have going on, okay? Due to the election, okay, let me explain something to you guys. When I talk about the homeland, when I say imbalance, as a country, guys, we're not just divided, we're fragmented, okay? Just like relationships. Relationships, guys, between men and women, which I haven't even gotten to yet, we're not only divided, we're fragmented, just like the country, okay? So this world in general is just, well, the homeland in general, we're all fragmented, guys. So we're all divided. So that's that. Now, let's get on relationships. Since we already got to, actually, you know what? Let's go back to Jupiter. We all know what's going on with the out there in the sea, right? We all know what's going on with the strike. Okay. So yes, it's gonna affect the supply chain. All right. So Jupiter's at 21 degrees of Gemini, right? What does that rule, guys? Transportation. Okay. Now it's making a square to Neptune. So that's water right there. That's the sea. So that's goods and services being transported in. So, and we all know what a square is, guys. That's restriction. It's stoppage. Okay. So we're gonna see that. Now, listen, that whole entire strike thing, guys, is going to blow over fairly quickly, but we're still going to feel the effects of that, unfortunately. So the supply chain is going to be off the chain for the next year. Okay, for the next year or a year and a half, it's going to be off the chain. All right, you're going to have supply chain issues. Okay, I just wanted to point that out because I had a client call me and kept asking me about some strike, and I had to look into it. I was like, "Oh, okay. Let me just take a look at this eclipse and see what's going on too." So I see all that. Okay, so that's that whole transportation thing. So, all right, now let's get on relationship, guys. Okay, we know Venus is in its detriment. All right, now. Actually, we do got a trine. It's not with the solar eclipse though. It's with Venus and Mars. So we do got that going on. It's going to be easy for men and women to link up and have sex. Yes. But we talking about relationship, guys. We talking about marriages, aren't we? Okay. As you guys know, we have the sun in what? Libra. Okay. We see that. All right. We got that much. It's in its fall. Libra rules marriage contracts, guys. Okay. Due to the fact it's squaring Mars, we're gonna see a lot of contracts being broken. Mars rules breakage, guys. Okay. Another thing, we got Uranus. It's still in its fall. All right. We got that going on. That's making a crazy aspect to the solar eclipse. That's creating a sexy quadrant. Okay, that's an action-oriented square, guys. What that means is we're going to see a lot more people cheating in relationships. That's what we're going to see. We're going to see a lot more divorces. And by the way, guys, let me just point this out for the next, and this kind of has a lot to do with the eclipse, but it has a lot to do with the outer planets that we got going on. If you can see, guys, you see Neptune. Neptune is in a late degree. It's at 28 degrees of Pisces right now. Okay. Now, as you guys know, Neptune is a higher octave of Venus. We all know that. Also, it rules, a lot of religious type stuff. Okay, religious marriages and stuff like that. Okay, and Neptune rules institutions, doesn't it? Okay, marriage is an institution. Okay, whether you see it as one or not. All right, marriage is an institution. So it's at 28 degrees of Pisces. Okay, Neptune will be going into Aries. Aries deals with what, guys? Singularity. So, of course, marriages will go, they're going to be out the window, guys. It's going to be taboo for you to be married, okay? If you guys are married or with someone right now, try to stay with them. It's going to be marriages will be looked down upon, guys. Okay, I'm just letting you guys know that. In the next year and a half or two, when you see someone married, a lot of people are going to be looking down upon it. All right, they're not going to look and see, wow, they're married. That's nice. That's good. No, it's going to be the opposite, guys. Marriages will be looked down upon, unfortunately. Okay, I know one young lady. She's getting married October 6th. That's right after the eclipse. I had to congratulate her. I'm like, damn, you made it, because after this, guys, there will be no more marriages. Okay, not all. I didn't say all in general, guys, but I'm saying the idea of it. There will be no more. The idea of getting married and saying it's good, it will not be. It's going to be taboo for anybody to be married. All right. So if you're with somebody, try to stay with them, because relationships, dating, all that stuff, guys, it's just going to be out the window. And the reason I'm saying that is because if you look at, if you look at Juno right here at 18 degrees of Libra, again, that's squaring so much stuff. It's creating a grand square, a cardinal grand square with Mars. It's creating a square with Chiron right here. Of course, Chiron, you know what that deals with, guys. It's in Aries right now, so that's singularity right now. And then you got the part of fortune. You got that going on. So it's a grand square going on with Juno. So that's just not a good thing, guys. It's not. It's not a good thing when it comes to relationships. And like I said, you're going to see a lot more people getting divorced, unfortunately. A lot of people are going to be sticking it out until the economy get better. But overall, guys, the world in general, relationships, marriages, it's a sad look. Also, kids. You're going to hear a lot about abortion and not having children and all that. Because you know why, guys? Because without families, you're not going to have children, are you? I mean, of course, you're going to have people having sex left and right. But the whole abortion thing, guys, that's another thing. It's going to be a lot of talk on that from now on up to 2 years. Okay, so a lot of talk on that, a lot of issues on that, a lot of imbalance with that, of course, because we got Ceres right here. That's square in the eclipse. It's by 1 degree, so that's going to be a hot topic for the next year and a half to 2 years. It's going to be a hot topic. People are going to always be talking about that. It's an absolute square with Mercury right here, so we see that going on. We see Venus, that's squaring the vertex right there at 22 degrees of Leo. So we know, again, that loyalty, okay? We see that loyalty is not going to be there, all right? That's a wide square, but guess what, guys? It still got some bearing. It's still in reach. I say it's in reach. I can tell you that right now. It's still in reach. It still got some bearing going on. So it's not quite a square, but I guarantee you guys are going to see an imbalance with that loyalty, okay? You're going to see an imbalance with it. All right. So, but yeah, guys, that's the deal with that. I won't make this video too long, but again, we're gonna have a lot of violence, guys. A lot of violence, a lot of imbalance. You're gonna see a lot of imbalance in the world. As far as weird shit going on, yeah, we are gonna see some weird stuff. Spiritually, we're gonna see some weird stuff. You're gonna start hearing about some weird stuff. It's a South Node eclipse, guys. So as far as people seeing people act weird, yes, people are gonna be acting like they don't have it all because they're going to be operating at an imbalance. Okay. Another thing I want to talk about again was this Neptune right here with it going into Aries. You're going to see a lot of people self-deleting themselves. That's another thing. Okay. You're going to see a lot of that. A lot of people are going to be doing a lot of self-deletion, all due to the economy and what's going on with the economy. How they're not going to be able to make it. You're going to see a lot of this due to the supply chain. A lot of people not going to be able to get resources. That has a lot to do with Venus in Scorpio right there, trying to get resources, and also Uranus in its fall like that. That's resources as well. So you're going to see a lot of that. A lot of people not going to be able to get resources. So but a lot of people are just going to be self-deleting just based on the weird stuff that's going to be going on due to the violence. There's going to be a lot of people dying, guys. I'll be quite honest with you. I don't know if I can say that word dying on here or not, but it is what it is, guys. Okay, it's going to be a lot of people that's just not going to be with us, okay? Due to the fact that we got a lot of planets changing signs. We got Pluto right here. It's changing signs into Sag, as you guys know. So again, Pluto rules what? Destruction. That's the destruction of philosophy, of religion and philosophy, philosophical things. So it's gonna that's a lot of this stuff is gonna be destroyed, guys. So we're not gonna be in the same world that we're living in right now in the next year, year and a half, or two. It's going to be a totally different world, okay? Unfortunately, okay, because we're operating at a imbalance, okay? You're going to see a lot of people that's going to be acting like they don't have it all because they're operating at an imbalance. So, okay, they're out of balance, okay? Very violent and erratic. Yeah, you're going to see that, guys. A lot of people just going to be just kind of going nuts, if you know what I mean, okay? So if you see that, it is what it is. Just protect yourself and just know that's what's going on. See, what this does, it helps you cope, okay? It does help you cope with the situation. It helps you prepare for the situation. It just helps you deal with it. All right? Let's see if I missed anything because I don't want to miss a lot here because I tell you, it's so much going on, guys. But like I said, we're fragmented when it comes to relationships. So it is what it is when it comes to dating. If you don't have nobody right now, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be very difficult and hard for you to get anyone because we're the inbounders. We're fragmented when it comes to courtship, relationships, marriages. We're fragmented on the whole subject matter. Unfortunately, marriages are just they're going to be looked down upon, guys. Unfortunately, so but that's the deal with the eclipse, guys. Nothing's going to happen immediately. All right. I keep hearing the 7th and all that stuff next week. That's a possibility, guys, because I can tell you right now, by next week, let's see, that's 5 days from now. Well, that's 7 days from now, but I say Mars is, hey, it's going to be there. And actually, as you can see, the sun and moon, this eclipse, guys, is going to come up. Well, I say the sun is going to come up to square Mars, okay? I say in 5 days, actually, all right? It's going to be squaring Mars to a point where it's going to be absolute, guys. So when it gets to a point where it's absolute, yeah, you might see some stuff, okay? The moon might trigger it because the moon is going to come up and square it quicker than The sun will. Okay. So yeah. Just keep a watch, guys. This is how you learn this stuff. You have to live it. All right. So to deal with the eclipse, if you guys got any other questions, if I missed something, I'll probably bring it up in the next video if I missed it. Hell, I'm hella tired right now. So if I did miss some, guys, let me know. But that's the deal with the October 2nd eclipse. You guys probably won't be able to see it, but you'll be able to feel it. It kind of feels like something's about to happen, doesn't it? You know how you get that feeling when something's about to happen? That's when you feeling the effects of the eclipse, guys. I'm telling you that right now. So, but yeah, that's the deal with it, guys. And I will get back with you guys on the next